Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chidi and today I'm going to be doing a foundation routine for acne prone skin. I first like to start off with moisturizing my face. I use the Cetaphil facial moisturizer. I've used it for many years. Doesn't have any fragrances or anything like that. It just moisturizes your face, which is all you need. Then I go in with the NYX pore filling primer. I just started using this after I saw how well it can close in your pores, and it actually looks very I don't know, like it definitely does what you want it to do. I like to start off doing my eyebrows. I'm not going to show y'all how I do them all the way. I just fast forwarded through it because I do have a whole video up on how I do my eyebrows, and I'll be more than happy to link that for y'all here, and y'all can go and visit that when you're done watching this. Next, I like to go in with my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 and my Revlon Color Stay. Those are my foundations that I use. Together they make the perfect shade for me and they're full coverage. But before I put those on, this is the main product of the entire routine. I like to use my LA Pro Conceal HD Concealer. It's in the color Orange Corrector, and it just cancels out those dark marks and dark spots so that it doesn't so that it doesn't get in the way of your makeup, and so that it's not showing through your makeup once you do apply your foundation. Then I of course take a damp beauty blender and I buff that into my skin. Now I'm taking my foundations, I already mixed them together, and I'm using one of my Real Techniques brushes. All of the products and brushes used will be down below in the description bar, so I'm not going to get too specific. But yeah, I definitely like to use that foundation brush just to buff in my foundation into those areas that have the most acne. Then I use the beauty blender just to make sure that there's no streaky lines or anything like that. This is something that a MAC makeup artist taught me, just basically saying that in order for your makeup to not look too cakey, when you have acne, you're going to want to make sure that you're buffing the makeup specifically into where you have the most acne so that you cover that up, but don't use that same technique throughout your face. You want to go much lighter throughout the rest of your face that doesn't have much acne, and all of my acne seems to be concentrated just in that cheek region. So then I take my other concealer. I've used this for many years as well. This is in the color medium beige, I believe. I don't know, it's actually kind of too light, but I was trying to go for that super duper highlighted look under my eye, but honestly I think I'm gonna go back to using fawn because fawn is a more reasonable shade for my skin tone. But yeah, I just go ahead and put that under my eyes, down my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and on my, I think it's called your Cupid's bow, I think, and then on my chin. And I like to use my finger to rub it into my under eye before using my beauty blender to buff it in, because I've noticed it just gives a better, smoother look. I was just touching up my eyebrows a little bit because, doing all that buffing with the beauty blender does happen to mess up your eyebrows a little bit. So if you need to touch it up, that's cool. Now I go in with my Airspun translucent powder in order to set my under eye concealer and just all of my concealer all over my face. And this translucent powder is obviously very light, but I don't bake with it. I just brush it away after putting it on because it's really just there to set my concealer. I'm sorry if y'all can hear in the background. Jennifer's talking very loudly on the phone, even though I told her that I'm going to be doing a voiceover. But it's fine. Just, you know, as long as y'all get what I'm doing. Then I go in with my big Real Techniques powder brush, and I love this brush. I just got it. Shout out to Fatima. She always uses this brush, and I've just been wanting it, so I went out and got it. It's only about $10 at any given drugstore. I got mine from Target though, and I just use that to brush away all that excess powder. And then as my face, like, although my face looks really ghastly, it doesn't, you know, it's not going to show through in the end. So that's why I go ahead and go in with this bronzer. It's from like Clean Color or something like that. It is a beauty supply store product, which I will be, you know, putting in the down bar so that y'all are able to find it if you need to. And I just think it gives that like Ben Nye, I think topaz color. And for a drugstore product, this is like very good. This is what I used before I ever found translucent powder or anything like that. Got some in my hair. But yeah, this powder, yeah, it definitely gets the job done, and it gives me that yellowy undertone that I like to have on my face. A lot of people don't like having that, but I actually do. So then I go with my e.l.f. I think it's called like a, well, I'm not sure which brush it is, but it's my e.l.f. angled brush, and I use that to put on my Tawny Clean CoverGirl foundation, which is also like the first foundation that I ever used, like in the history of foundation in 8th grade when my friend like helped me sneak and buy some foundation. It's literally like $5, but it's always been like my color kind of, so I use that as like a fake contour, not really contouring anything. It's just to like warm up my face back with like my natural facial color. So I just put that like, you know, in my like cheekbones, like everywhere that I would normally contour. I don't know why I just stopped contouring, but yeah, now I put on some mascara just because I always put on mascara before putting on any lashes, because that is, I think, important, because it looks weird when you just put on your eyelashes with like foundation powder and all that all over your eyelashes. Then it makes your eyelashes look really fake. So I go ahead and do that now, just so, you know, I don't have to worry about it later on. Now I take this NYX eyeshadow that I had found yesterday. I've always kind of used eyeshadows to do any type of highlighting that I've wanted to do, and I think it gets the job done. The only other like highlight that I've ever liked to use is this Milani bronzer in Glow. It's so cute and it really does make you glow, but I don't have that right now, so I'm just using this, and I'm using my little fake ass fan brush. It's not really, you know, like it's no Morphe brush or anything, but it definitely gets the job done once again. And this is just like kind of an everyday foundation look, so I'm not going for like a serious highlight, but if I was, I would probably use I'd probably use an actual highlight, and you know. And whenever I do my highlight, I use my beauty blender to buff in the highlight so that it kind of blends with my skin and it doesn't look like just like some glitter sitting on my face. Then I put on my eyelashes. If y'all would like a video on how I put on my eyelashes, please let me know. I just didn't want to like waste time because that's not really what the video was about. So I just sped through that. Now I'm putting on my lip color. I always line with a brown liner. I don't normally use this dark of a brown liner, but for this lipstick look, I think it looks better to use a darker liner. I mean, you tell me, I actually don't know. But normally I'll use a lighter brown and it looks pretty good. and this is like my go-to lip look these days. I used to love wearing lip gloss, and then I stopped, and now I'm back to it, and I love it. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching today. That is my foundation tutorial. I hope y'all enjoyed it and that y'all got what y'all are looking for. Please make sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe.